Alright, you guys, how's it going? So, today I'm going to show you my new headlights. It's not an entire headlight, it's just the bulb. And, I figure I'll give you the backstory and how I got these first. I was at my engine performance class yesterday at school. And, hold on. Anyway. Alright, so anyway, I was at my engine performance class yesterday at school, and one of my buddies down there, he drives a 04 Super Duty, and with the big turbo diesel, and so he's been talking to me about a while about upgrading his bulbs to LED bulbs, and which previously I had HIDs, which you can see the ballasts are not in there anymore, so that kit's ripped out. But so, you know, with my research and his convincing, you know, I was like, God damn it, Jeff, you know, I was like, I just put my HIDs in, now you got me wanting LEDs, but what are friends for, right? So he met up with him in the morning before class started yesterday, and he said he ordered the new headlights, and I said, how do they work? And he said, well, I'm returning them. And I said, why is that? And he said, they're the wrong size, and because he upgraded his headlight housing to the 05, which is a completely different headlight code than what his current Super Duty calls for. So I said, well, what code did you buy? And he said 9007, and I said, what a coincidence, that's what mine are. And he said, well, do you want to buy them? I said, how much did you buy them for? And he said $87 off eBay. And I said, what a coincidence, I have $100 in my truck from my previous night's job. And so we drove down to his house, and he had these, and I don't know who makes them. It just says LED headlight, but I can say that these were packaged extremely well. Oh, it's a CREE LED. That's who makes it. Okay, sweet. That makes me feel a little bit more comfortable now. But that's the styrofoam that everything was packed in, and I mean, everything was really tight. Like, that's where the bulb fit, that's where the fans fit, and then that's where the drivers, is what they call them, fit. Yeah, so this is really instructions, and I mean, it's, if you don't want to, either A, depending on where you buy them, if you don't want to spend the money on an HID kit, I mean, I got mine off Amazon for like 40 bucks or something like that, which they performed okay. They didn't throw out more light as far as distance than my stock bulbs did. They threw out more reflectiveness, and so like I could see road signs and everything else that had reflective materials in it. I could see those a lot farther. But I've got them installed right now. I'll go ahead and take them out just to show you guys the bulb and what really comes in the kit. But it's a lot easier than an HID kit. If you guys saw my HID video, which I'll put a link to it down below, there was a lot of wiring in it. I mean, it was still plug and play, but you know, I had to hook up to the battery, ground everything else, and wired everywhere, zip tie everything in place. This is a lot easier to do. There's also a video from Eric the Car Guy he just put up. I'll put a link to that down below as well for a more professional looking video other than mine. I just want to give you guys an overview on how these things look at night, which I'll probably shoot that tomorrow morning, since I'm heading to school and since it's getting really dark in the morning now. So we'll pull the headlight off here, and I'll show you guys the bulb, because it's really just the bulb, the fan, and the driver, and that's it. And then you just plug it into the harness. So I'll show that to you guys now. Alright, you guys, so this is the bulb and the fan. I'll pull the bulb out here in a second, but I'm going to try and locate the driver wherever it is. It's in here somewhere. Oops. That wasn't supposed to come out. I'll fix that later. Trying to find it in here. There it is. It's underneath this shroud. I don't know if you can see that gray plastic piece there, but that's the driver. And that plugs into your harness, and then it plugs into your fan wire, and then your actual LED wire here. And it's got the little notch on there to make sure you only put it on one way, the correct way. And then that hooks up, and this controls the fan. Does the fan do a lot? I don't think so. But it just screws onto the back. You can see it moving there. Tighten that back up, and then if I wiggle this out, that's the bulb. I mean, it's a huge monster LED. I mean, this thing's got some weight to it. And it's bright. That's all I can say. And then the other thing too is these are the O-rings off of my LED lights. The O-rings that came with this kit weren't big enough to hold in because I lost one of my headlight retaining rings, and I'm trying to hunt one down at junkyards around here. The other one's in my garage somewhere, but so I just transported the O-rings, and it holds in there fairly well. So but yeah, all I can say is they're bright, and they're not just bright, they have more throw than my stock bulbs and my HID, so I can see farther with the actual beam, but it's also the really wide spectrum of light. Like, it's, when I was there's a few highways that I connect to out towards Oxnard where it's just desolate. There's nobody out there. It's just farmland. And it was almost like having really, really wide spectrum bright fog lights down below. Like, that's how wide the beam is. One other thing I don't really like, and it's just for appearances, with the low beam, it only has about half the headlight lit up, and then high beam it has everything lit up, and there's really not a huge difference in high beams. Like, half the way home yesterday, I had my high beams on, and that all it does is just put a little bit more light out towards the side as far as I can see, and then it just changes the hue of the color just a little bit. But again, that's all I could really notice. So I'm gonna go ahead and patch this all up again and get this guy back in place, and then I'll turn him on really quick just so you can see him during the day, and then in the morning or tonight something, we'll fire them up and do some driving around so we can show you guys how they look. Alright, so the headlight is all back in, nice and sturdy again, and this is what the bulb looks like inside the housing. I don't know if that's picking up at all, but you can just see how big of a monster it looks in there. But they do fit, so that's always good. And then we'll come in here and turn them on. And the nice thing about these two is it's like an instant on. It's not like a build-up process like my HIDs were. But the light is very white at night, I will say that. But you can see what I mean. It only lights up about half, and this is low beam right now. And let's turn the high beams on. And that's the entire housing put up in. I don't know if you can hear that noise. I hope you guys are picking that up, but those are the fans on the back of the LEDs making that humming noise. So, like I said, do they help? I don't really know, because, I mean, I guess in a standstill situation they kind of do, but when you're driving at 70 miles an hour down the freeway, I think they're going to cool themselves, but that's just me being a bit cynical. So, those are the headlights. So, really, I guess there's really no need to install. Like, show you guys how to install it. You just take your stock bulbs out, take it off the harness, and then plug those in, and it's that easy. So, a lot easier than HIDs. So, yeah, we'll cut away to a night scene or a morning scene, something where it's dark, and we'll show you guys how bright these things are at night. Alright, you guys, so it's I'm just going to do a static shot here for you guys of the headlights, and since it's finally dark out, and we'll go ahead and turn them on. And as you can see, they are very bright and white, but and still, as usual, it's just the top. You can still hear those little fans running under the hood. But yeah, those are the bulbs. And then just to show you the difference of high beams, So that's low beam, that's high beam. Low beam, high beam, and then flashers. And then this was something I was curious about, is how well you'd be able to see my turn signals with these lights on. And you can still see them flashing there. I mean, nowhere near as bright, but nonetheless you can still see them. So, but yeah, either in a few minutes or tomorrow morning when it's dark out, we'll test them out on the road. Alright you guys, god damn it. The one time you need nobody on a dark road, right? So these are the LEDs performing right now. As you can see, like, it throws out a lot more light on the sides. I need to come out here like 3 a.m. next time, Jesus. But as per any video, light, you know, these cameras don't do this light justice. If I can get a chance, I'll just do it now. So like, this is low beams, that's high beams. So like, you can really see it there. That's the only real difference that high beams are. So there's really no difference. And I can't see any reflective side of it. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably do some footage in the morning too, just because this is just a little slit, you know, because, you know, I love you guys, but I'm not driving, you know, 90 miles out to the desert to go do this. But yeah, so, but yeah, these are the LEDs performing, and I mean, I'm back on low beams right now, and I don't know if you can see like that 35 sign right there. It's really it's really reflecting. Tongue twister there for some reason. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I really like how white they are. They're like really crystal white. But I haven't had anybody flash their high beams at me yet. So, and I mean, I may just keep them on full high beams. I mean, you can see all these lights that are really reflecting. There's no one behind me, and yeah, they're really reflecting. So they're doing well as far as reflectiveness. And as you can see, like right down there towards the hood, there's a lot of light being thrown right there in front of me. But if you're wondering why my arm's moving, I'm driving a stick with one hand, so it's a learned skill. So, but yeah, we'll do a little bit of filming in the morning on my way to school tomorrow morning, so that way you guys can get a little bit better idea of how they are. So we'll cut to there now. Alright you guys, so it's bright and early, 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't let that fool you, the clock's wrong. So, but yeah, taking the little back way up to the freeway so I can get some shots with no traffic, thank God. But yeah, so, you know, I got my high beams on just because to fill the headlight up, but or the lamp up. But yeah, you can see it's doing its job. It's nice and bright. And I was on Amazon last night too, looking at light bars and stuff like that. And so, like, my truck is the XL model, so it's the base model, and it just has a little plastic inserts where you would normally put fog lights. And so I'm thinking about cutting a square hole in there, and I forgot I was in second gear. Thinking about cutting a square hole in there and inserting some flush mount LEDs in there. So, all about that lighting. But fun little fact for you, Ford launched the 2015 Mustang for the auto journalists right up here, for all those videos that you saw that coming down the freeway a few weeks ago, and I saw the big yellow triangle that said Ford, and I tried to get back here, but of course it was all restricted. So, but except for the auto journalists, of course, I would have loved to have been up there. But yeah, it was cool. I was heading off to work, you know, to go pick up the company truck, and all of a sudden there's like a parade of about 10 Ford GTs and stuff like that, all 2015s, and tried to contain myself in the truck, but it didn't work too well. So it was a lot like the Porsche 911 in my opinion. The pictures don't do it justice. So of course I don't think anything really does pictures, but including these headlights. I don't know how well it's showing up on video, but you know, it's just the thing I'm taking out of it and taking away from these lights is the throw that these things have. I mean, of course it's hard to tell with the street lights on, but the throw that these things have is really nice. And then, like I was saying last night, the wide spectrum of light they have is really nice too. So that, and I like just how white they look, instead of that blue hue that my HIDs had. So yeah, places like this where it's really not really well lit, it works really good. It's almost like a flood beam in a spot, if that makes sense. LED. And so like places like my hometown in Idaho, where you can drive for 5 minutes and then be out in the complete boonies and out in the sticks where there's no light at all, these would work great. And you can see it's lighting that entire wall up. So, alright, I think that'll about do it, guys. So like I said, I'll throw my video of my HIDs in there that I had before, if you guys are interested in watching. Like, I wish I still had the saved footage so I could show you guys a comparison right now, but I deleted it to clear room off my laptop. So, but yeah, I'll throw a link to that video down below, and then I'll also throw that video from Eric the Car Guy in for a little bit more of a professional looking video, and he does some more explaining and whatnot of what these lights do and how they work. But other than that, I think that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching as usual. I hope this video helps and with your future headlight purchase like it did for me and a few of the other videos here on YouTube. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day and take care. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching.